A metro project built for public transport, funded by public money, meant to ease public life. But at Metro Line 4, pillar number 196 in Mulund, Mumbai, an under construction parapet wall collapsed. It fell onto vehicles moving below. One person lost his life, 3 others were hospitalized. This is not a verdict. This is not an accusation. This is a constitutional case study. What happened? Who is responsible legally? What actions were taken? And what does the Constitution expect in such incidents involving public money and public safety? At Metro Line 4, pillar number 196 in Mulund, an under construction parapet wall collapsed during ongoing construction work. The debris fell onto a moving auto rickshaw, a car below. Impact: 1 fatality, 3 seriously injured. Constructions at this site had been ongoing for approximately 2 years. Metro Line 4 is being executed by Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, MMRDA, a state planning authority responsible for major infrastructure in Mumbai Metropolitan Region. The project is funded through public finance, including allocations from the state's Consolidated Fund. The incident involving public infrastructure. The Constitution placed a highest value on life under Article 21, the right to life and personal liability. MMRDA announced 5 crore penalty imposed on the line contractor, 1 crore penalty imposed on the general consultant. These are administrative penalties under contract terms, not criminal verdicts.
इस लाइन के जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर हैं जो कर रहे हैं काम वो मिलन इंफ्रा है, उनके ऊपर 5 करोड़ की पेनल्टी लगाई है और जो इस काम को देखरेख करने की जिम्मेदारी जिन जनरल कंसल्टेंट को है एलबीजी और हिल उनके ऊपर 1 करोड़ रुपए की पेनल्टी लगाई है.
Simultaneously, Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, ordered a probe, announced 5 lakhs ex-gratia compensation to the deceased's family.
मुलुंडमध्ये झालेला अपघात हा अत्यंत दुर्दैवी आहे. त्यांच्या परिवारासोबत आमच्या प्रार्थना आहेत. जे जखमी आहेत त्यांना ॲडमिट करण्यात आलेलं आहे. अशी परिस्थिती आली नसती. याला कोण जबाबदार आहे त्यांच्यावरही कारवाई केली जाईल.
Ex-gratia is immediate humanitarian relief. It is not final compensation. It is not a legal conclusion. This case engages constitutional principles. Article 21. The state must protect life. Article 162. State executive power extends to infrastructure administration. Public law responsibility. When a public project results in harm, institutions must investigate, ensure accountability, prevent recurrence. Outsourcing construction does not remove institutional responsibility. However, guilt must be determined through investigation, not assumption. In construction stage failures, possible technical considerations include structural instability during loading, inadequate reinforcement anchoring, possibility of ground vibrations from nearby activity, premature removal of support systems, overhead work without adequate traffic shielding, temporary structure vulnerability. Another question: why were vehicles allowed below active construction? Was there proper barricading, traffic diversion, protective canopy? These are factual matters for investigation. At this stage, they remain possibilities, not conclusions. The BMR mayor acknowledged possible negligence. This is a political statement, not a judicial finding.
लापरवाही बहुत बड़ी है. यहाँ पे MMRD का काम है. यहाँ पे जो प्रशासन के लोग हैं और जिसको भी ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया है उसने किस तरह का काम किया है. अगर मुझे मैडम के पास से पता चला है कि कल ही पैराफिट वॉल यहाँ पे फिटिंग की है तो उसको बैरिकेड्स की सुरक्षितता, उसकी सेफ्टी, उसका जो नॉर्म्स है उन्होंने वो फॉलो किया है.
Opposition leaders termed the incident negligence and demanded accountability.
ठेकेदार कौन है? ठेकेदार है कि कंसल्टेंटिंग कंपनी है कि उसमें काम करने वाले इंजीनियर्स हैं कि डिपार्टमेंट है कि सरकार है कि प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय, कौन है?
Concern. I would like to say that this is a man-made disaster. This is not an accident. This is a institutional negligence. This is a failure of governance. It's a failure of supervision. It is a failure of accountability.
What we have to understand is that these are not isolated tragedies, but these are a pattern. And if you look at buildings collapsing, or if you look at, say, bridges collapsing, nationwide infrastructure failures from railway construction collapses to what
Under Article 19A, freedom of speech allows criticism, but constitutional process requires investigation, evidence, court determination. Public debates does not replace judicial findings. A standard investigation typically includes site sealing, inspect similar pillars, prevent secondary collapse, forensic structural audit, examination of design approval, review of safety compliance logos, traffic management permissions, engineer statements, CCTV evidence, expert committee findings. If negligence is established, criminal prosecution may follow, civil compensation may increase, administrative suspension may occur. If structural defect without negligence, systemic safety reform may be ordered. The conclusion must be evidence-based. This project is funded by public revenue. When infrastructure built from public funds causes harm, it raises two constitutional expectations: protection of life, transparent accountability. The victim's tax contribution does not change the legal rights. Every citizen is equally protected under Article 14, equality before law. But public trust becomes central. 1 life lost, 3 hospitalized.
अभी हम उनसे पूछ भी रहे तो खाली यही बता रहे कि ठीक है, सब नॉर्मल है, ठीक है। और जब तक हम देखेंगे नहीं तब तक हम विश्वास करेंगे नहीं इनके ऊपर। प्रशासन से यही है कि अब MMRDA से भी यही है कि अब कुछ न कुछ इन्हें मदद की जाए अपनी तरफ।
Behind every infrastructure statistic is a human story. The Constitution does not measure life in budgets. This is not about blame, it is about process, not about outrage, it is about accountability. Public infrastructure is built with public trust. When an incident occurs, the Constitution demands 3 things: responsibility, transparency, reform. The investigation will decide fault, the court will decide guilt, but the system must ensure that a pillar built for progress never becomes a point of tragedy again.